valedictory session of the SAARC International Conference on Archaeology of Buddhism, Recent Discoveries in South Asia. After intellectually stimulating and thought-provoking presentations, discussions and intellectual sessions, we have now come to the final session of the conference. I now invite Mr. J.W. Samarasinghe, Director of the SAARC Cultural Center, to deliver the welcome address.
Actually, this is not a welcome address at all. We have already come. Reverences, dear friends, we are very happy to finish this international conference on Archaeology of Buddhism with a very impressive end. Actually, we have been able to have a very fruitful conference these 3 days to get a very good output and outcome both for the people of the region. That is, we have been able to make presentations around over 50. So it is a very good achievement for this type of conference having in the region. So we have been able to raise some of very important issues related to archaeology of Buddhism in the region. So we will make this opportunity to make a series of recommendations for the governments of member states. At the previous session we have had one recommendation, but we will be considering all the papers you have been able to present here last 2-3 days. We will find some other important aspects of the conference, the subject matter related to archaeology of Buddhism, and we make another series of recommendations to government of member countries. So that is what we want to do out of the 5 days of the series of presentations we have already made. So we think this is one of the opportunities the member states got for the benefit of the people using archaeology of Buddhism in the region. I think the findings and discoveries that has been raised here are very important. So those are the facts actually to go to the policymakers to formulate their policies in their own countries. In addition, I would like to mention that we have around over 50 papers, complete papers, because we are trying to make a good observation out of all these presentations. So it might be a very good publication for the region on archaeology of Buddhism. So we are very happy today to finish this type of a conference in the region. So SAARC Cultural Center SAARC Cultural Center has been mandated to do such cultural activities for the region. That is why we organized this conference to collect all the recent discoveries and findings of archaeology related to Buddhism. So I would like to wish you all the best out of the findings, and I think you have been able to get some more knowledge and experience from all these points raised by the participants at the working sessions. So those are the knowledge you are taking to your countries from this conference. I believe this might be a very memorable occasion for everyone participated here in the region and from other countries outside. So I wish to express my sincere gratitude for all friends who participated in this conference and the contributions you have made. I have to appreciate all those who have done, and I wish all the best for you, and I wish both all foreign participants are getting ready to leave Sri Lanka day after tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have a very good tour to Rajpura. It might be a very memorable tour, and I believe you will be able to see some of the ancient archaeological remains in Rajpura. So that might be a very impressive experience you can get from Sri Lanka. So you can get some more knowledge and experience from the SAARC Center in your own country. So thank you very much. And again I thank you for everyone for participation and the contribution you made here the last 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time for our participants to give their concluding remarks. I would like to invite a delegate from Bangladesh to speak.
Thank you, Honorable Director General of SAARC Cultural Center, Deputy Directors, and scholars from home and abroad. For the last couple of days, we have spent a very memorable moments, and we have gained the opportunity to enhance our knowledge and know a lot about archaeology of Buddhism especially. And it was a great forum for us to share our views and knowledge with each other. And for me, I have met some of my former colleagues here, and especially I would like to thank the Sri Lankan peoples and the Cultural Center officials and others for their hospitality and for their cooperation. And from Bangladesh, I would like to say that this was a very fruitful conference, and in future we hope that they will arrange such programs in future, and we would like to arrange we would like to attend. And thank you all.
Thank you, sir. A delegate from Bhutan, Mr. Kalma.
Hello, good afternoon everyone, respected Director General, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank SAARC Culture Center, especially Dr. Sanjay Garg and his team for organizing this conference. which was a very successful one. I especially learned a lot from this conference and enjoyed the papers presented by various professors. What we have learned is that since our country, Bhutan, is at the initial stage in institutionalizing archaeology in Bhutan, we now have learned so many things on recent discoveries in South Asia and various sub-member countries. Now, after going back to our country, we can, when we do such works in archaeology, this enables us to relate with our sub-member countries on in the field of archaeology. So I'd like to say we have learned a lot from this conference, and thank you very much for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I call a delegate from India?
Good evening, everybody. I am G. Maheshwari, coming from India, representing Archaeological Survey of India. At the outset, I should thank the SAARC International Cultural Center for organizing such a wonderful topic on Buddhism, archaeology and Buddhism. And it is really thought-provoking and very innovative and interesting. And then it is, as an archaeologist, I should say, it is a need of an hour, particularly the mapping, digitalization of mapping and other thing. Of course, Archaeology of India is doing certain work, but not that extent, and our Professor Makarikas yesterday was showing the details. I'm very happy, and it is really eye-opener for me at least. And very on behalf of my country, and thank to SAARC Cultural Center, Sri Lanka, and the colleagues those who are really working for this and in other countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Can I call a delegate from Maldives?
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank SAARC Cultural Center and also the host country, Sri Lanka, for organizing such a wonderful workshop. We surely enjoyed the workshop, and we're hoping that we'll have a wonderful trip tomorrow to see some of the historical sites here. It was a great pleasure for us to participate in this conference, and throughout the presentations we were able to understand a lot of the cultures, Buddhist cultures, ancient cultures of other SAARC countries, and we hope that in the future we'll have more joint conferences like this, and we hope that we'll be able to do some work on our Maldivian Buddhist cultures as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Can I call a delegate from Nepal?
Director of SAARC Culture Center, Deputy Directors, and other participants. It's my pleasure to share my experience among all of us. I think it was a very good interaction, idea sharing program among the SAARC member countries and other participants, other part of the world. I think it will help to us to build our common idea about the SAARC culture, SAARC Archaeology of Buddhism. So I would like to thank organizer, SAARC Culture Center, and Sri Lankan government, Sri Lankan people. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I call a delegate from Pakistan?
I don't think so that there is enough left for all of the people they have given their comments, so I'm extremely thankful to SAARC Cultural Center, Sri Lanka. They have well organized the conference, and they have brought together the people of the region and mostly the ideas which they have contributed during this conference and the paper which they have presented. So they have informed us a lot of things, or they have provided us a lot of information which we never knew about, like Maldives and Rajasthan and a lot of other places. And I think it's a good forum for the SAARC countries that they should organize such type of conferences and seminars so that the scholars and the researchers and the students, they should come together and they should know about each other. So I once again thank the SAARC Cultural Center staff who worked for our hospitality day and night, and they have well organized the conference. And I would like, because officially the conference is going to be they are winding up now. So I would like to say a pushto word for you that your journey back to home should be a very peaceful, safar stasutulu bakhair ditirishi.
Thank you, sir. Can I invite someone from Sri Lanka?
Chairperson, Mr. Samsina, Reverend Sirs, friends. First of all, I would like to thank the SAARC Secretariat, especially to Mr. G.W. Samsina and to Dr. Sanjay Khan, giving this opportunity to us to get more knowledge about Buddhist archaeology. Actually, I want to tell you, a lot of Western scholars are doing Buddhist archaeology. They are writing about Buddhist archaeology, and especially we can say most of the publications are coming from Western scholars. Therefore, we have to have more publication on Buddhist archaeology or archaeology of Buddhism from Sri Lanka or India, even from other SAARC countries. Then in future, I think we have to consider more research on archaeology of Buddhism. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sanipatna. Now the floor is open to anyone who would like to share their from Singapore, from other participating countries.
I'm too short, I will be hidden behind, but it doesn't matter. I am only an observer to this conference, and not a delegate, not a teacher, not a preacher, not a scholar. So I would like to say from this non-scholarly perspective that I have the hope that, first of all, whatever opinions and research is voiced in such conferences will be always taken with great respect for the other who may have a different opinion or research, that there will never be any outburst of, you know what I mean. So I hope that you all will meet with respect for each other, especially so if it is a conference under the name of Buddha. One of the guidelines of Buddha is, as you will all know, please don't be angry. The second point is, as an observer, not a scholar, and a simple participant, but eager to learn. If it would be possible that such conferences can work out the essence of what there was in an easy way and channel this to the public. Because as you know, such conferences, they are among you, and you're all happy, and I'm happy too. But what about the people outside? What is it for? So that is what I hope that you have the channel, and before that, to put it into simple essays or words or whatever, to spread what you're working out here. And with this, that you can bring, the ancient knowledge back to the people of today and create new bridges of understanding and love with each other. Goodbye.
Professor Matthew's study. Professor Matthew, would you like to?
I'm hoping that not only the well-seasoned and well-trained researchers who are present at this conference will remember it fondly, but also the younger generation, the students, the beginners, the various budding librarians and people who think logically, that will join us in discipline, because as far as I can understand, Lord Buddha wasn't just about soft feelings, it was also about thinking clear and objective. I hope that the next generation will learn as much as possible from our achievements and from our failings, and they will do it on a bigger and more even more enthusiastic scale. So that will be doing this work generation after generation after generation until we'll understand as much as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Matthew. Anyone else who would like to?
Good afternoon, respected chairpersons and fellow delegates. Really, I am very grateful to Dr. Sanjay because he really taught me in a way, because I was not knowing about the poster presentation at all. When I sent my abstract and it was approved by the academic committee, then actually I was not knowing at all what it was totally what I will do or how to do. Then he sent me a mail that you should see the website of the European conference was held on the South Asia in 2010 at Brussels. Then I clicked that, then I learned, really it looks to me like this poster presentation is just like for children and all that, what I should do. But it was really creative. I really learned, and really when I start give my mind to do that, I really feel it very innovative and very creative, and I am very thankful to teach me and to bring me here. And I have a very wonderful experience in this island. I have been to this island for many times. It was the third visit to this country. Actually, I am an expert in the South and Southeast Asia, and I have so I am really thankful. But to bringing me and to bring a poster here, it was a really wonderful experience, and I thank you, Dr. Gar, for this. Thank you.
Good evening, all of you. Most Venerable Sangha, the chairperson, Mr. Samasina, and Dr. Sanjay, and all our friends from SAARC family, and my friend Professor Matthews, and the lady from Germany. Actually, we have been learning many things in this place. All of us, actually, what I felt was that we became a family of SAARC. So, I wanted to congratulate and also want to make suggestions for the future. I'm not an archaeologist. I started my career as a teacher, and after that I became a teacher educator as well as in directing. And later I became a researcher, but not in this field, but my own field, teaching, learning English language. And there later on, because I am deeply interested in Dhamma, Buddhism, I was looking for the avenues of taking the Buddha as a teacher. So these days I have been writing a book named The Great Teacher, the Buddha and His Methodology. So I hope I will be able to send those copies to you all through our Dr. Sanjay and Mr. Samarasinghe, the chairman. And actually I am self-motivated person today because not being an archaeologist, I came here and I learned so many things from you all. Thank you very much. And I take this opportunity to thank you all, and especially the SAARC Cultural Center, Chairman Mr. Samarasinghe. And before I came here, I actually, after watching the interview of Dr. Sanjay through the Buddhist channel, I decided to come here, and I went up to Dr. Sanjay and asked whether I could join in because I was not an archaeologist. So it was done, and I'm very happy and thank you all. And I have a small souvenir for our Professor Matthew, neither a Buddhist nor a SAARC person, but he has done a lot for Buddhism, and I would like to invite him, and I would like our chairperson to give away it to him on behalf of all of us. You have already presented us everything you have. Okay, this is for Dr. Sanjay. Oh my God! There's something for his wife also. Otherwise there will be a problem. From Sri Lanka.
Good afternoon, everybody. Panavema Sangha, Chairman of the International Conference and others, college, and audience. I am gratitude to the International Conference on Archaeological Buddhism. Before I don't know what is archaeological or Buddhism. Now, I know a little bit experience because of inviting the person who is I don't know his name. When I attended my Buddhist society, one of the conference, it was I meeting his, and of course he invites some of the information how to attend the conference on behalf of the archaeological Buddhism. And really thanks to attend here, and then so well experience in all Buddhism cycles, heritage, archaeology, and monasteries, investment in trade guides, all of the functional international conference on archaeology or Buddhism. And also, I don't know what is the archaeological or the South Asia Association for Region Cooperation, because now I know where, because they are mastermind groups united each other's SAARC Culture Center, and then so they are cooperators and cooperation of the archaeological of Buddhism in other religions. I'm really thankful for that. We all religions are corporations organizing each other's. What is Buddhism? What is Islam is? What is Christianity and what is Hindu? Now we cooperators and organizing each other. And I am thanks for that and SAARC International Conference on Archaeology of Buddhism. Thank you so much.
After listening to our fellow countrymen, I thought I better speak a few words. Mr. Samar Singh, who is the live wire of this SAARC Center, and Dr. Sanjay, and also who is always working as the master of ceremony at cultural events and all other events organized by this center. I am so happy. Actually, I should introduce myself. I worked as the press commissioner for Sri Lanka 30 odd years, and I am so happy to attend at the invitation of Ms. Samar Singh at this conference. I think we all learned a lot, and Mr. Samar Singh had trained these people. Actually, it's a well-trained and well-disciplined staff he is having. I think we must thank Mr. Samar Singh and Dr. Sanjay for having such a very active and well-disciplined and very very good staff in this center. I think we all over here notice it because there are capacities, everything we have seen, and I think this is the third or fourth event I attended organized by the SAARC Cultural Center. So all the events I saw, they have organized it in a very well manner, and it was all the occasions were very successful as I noticed. I thank again Mr. Amar Singh, Dr. Sanjay, and all the staff members of SAARC Cultural Center and all participants at this conference, and we hope you have enjoyed the Sri Lankan hospitality. I think it will be continued tomorrow at the trip they have organized. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate the SAARC Cultural Center Sri Lanka, its authorities, and all the people around who have worked to make this conference a large success. And first thing, I had actually a selfish intention when I came here to attend this conference. That was because Buddhism in Kerala is a relatively very less studied topic. There are few Buddhist images there which have been documented but not well interpreted, and the basic contention is that it has got its source in Sri Lanka. So when I started off studying Buddhist remains there, I was not pretty sure about the true connections between Sri Lanka, and if I had to make an assessment of the Buddhist images there, at least stylistically, I would I would need a reference point here in Sri Lanka. So that is one intention which I came to attend this conference. But this conference has been an eye-opener for me because I've been also able to get some of the discoveries made in Maldives, and which has some relation with Kerala also. So that has been an eye-opener for me, and this is my first visit to Sri Lanka. So apart from its opening its avenues as a cultural center, I've been able to directly come and feel the pulse of the people here, the culture here, and so it has been an eye-opener. And I would like to personally thank Dr. Sanjay Garg, because despite organizing a very international conference of this he had personally taken interest to see that each of my mails, each of my queries are answered personally by him, and this is something which I remember from the first people who organized such conferences. sometimes the mail gets delayed, and when you are outside in a country, you're traveling to a foreign country, you're pretty not sure how to transfer your trip and how to plan your trip and things like that. But thanks to Dr. Sanjay, he had taken personal initiative to guide us through each and every formalities that is required to attend this conference. So thank you, Dr. Sanjay, for being so kind enough to answer all our mails and make our trip memorable. And thank you each and everyone who have been here in arranging this conference to make this, to extend your warm hospitality and make this trip a memorable occasion. And I would just like to add one point, if it's possible, that instead of limiting this conference to SAARC countries, I don't know if it is possible to extend more countries also into this gambit, which has been working on Buddhism, in fact, so that you can have more input from other people also. And secondly, I know that in India, especially in South India, in Karnataka, in Andhra Pradesh and in Odisha, a lot of recent works have come out on has been done on Buddhism. But unfortunately, we didn't have so many presentations from that area coming in. And so I guess either organize it in India in a larger scale. And also I would request that if it's possible to have a publication at a regular interval in the form of a journal or so, where you can, if it's not actually practically possible to have delegates from all over SAARC countries or other Buddhist nations coming personally to present their paper, but if you can draw on papers on Buddhist aspects from different countries, where actually work on Buddhism is going on. If that can come out, I think it will say an annual issue. If you can bring out a journal on Buddhist studies, I think it will be a very great honor to this thing. Thank you, one and all.
Now it is the time to appreciate your contribution for the conference. And today we will be distributing certificates for all the delegates, paper presenters and participants from other countries. And all the other registered participants who attended the conference all 3 days, we will be posting their certificates. Can I now invite our director, Mr. G.A.W. Samarasinghe, Deputy Director Programs, Ms. Soundari David Rodrigo, and convener of the conference, Deputy Director Research, Dr. Sanjay Kar, to distribute the certificates.
From Bangladesh, Professor Mukammal Hussain Bhuria. Mr. Muhammad Daudul Islam. Dr. Ataur Rahman. Bhutan, Mr. Sangye Dendo. Mr. Sangye Kinga. Mr. Karma Tenzin.
Sanjay was singing Hindi song or Sinhala
India, Professor Vidula Jaswal. Ms. G. Maheswari. Dr. Suresh Patil. Mr. Ketan P. Bansali. Dr. Niki Chaturvedi. Professor Nilima Dadia. Dr. Shrikant Ganver. Dr. Jairam Golapudi. Dr. Bhanumati Govinda Swami. Dr. Kiran Mishra Halda. Dr. Sonia Jasrotia. Mr. Pratapanand Jha. Dr. Ajit Kumar. Dr. Pratapachandra Nespanikar. Ms. Aditi Singh.
आपका नाम नहीं लिखा है तो तभी तो है नाम अक्सर होता है अच्छा है होगा वही तो कह रही नाम होता है
डॉक्टर आनंद सिंह
कैंडी कौन गया
मिस्टर दिवाकर कुमार सिंह Professor E.P. Tiwari. Atul Tripathi. Maldives, Miss Aisha Agida Hassan. Miss Shura Jaufar. Miss Asiyat Mohammed. Mr. Ismail Nasru. Mr. Abdul Maniu Abdul Samad. Miss Esha Sanya. Miss Hawa Shaheen. Mr. Ahmad Samir. Nepal, Mr. Prakash Darnar. Mr. Bharat Mani Subedi. Pakistan, Dr. Fasal Dan Akhar. Mr. Nidaullah Serai. Sri Lanka, Venerable Aparatiya Nandathero. Professor Gamini Adhikari. Dr. R.M.M. Chandraratna. Miss Damayanti G. Ekanayaka. Dr. Priyanka Jayasinghe. Miss Udita Chinadasa. Mr. IPS Nishantha. Miss Vasana Premachandra. PMR Priyadarshani. Haridhi Ranchagoda. Prasanna B. Ratnayaka. Dr. A.M.P. Senanayaka. Professor Arjuna Luihare. Miss W. DMP Kumari Bandara. Professor Nimal P. De Silva. Dr. K.D. Malini Dias. Mr. D.P. Kamlas. Dr. Susanta Gunatilaka. Dr. Hema Gunatilaka. Miss Madhavi Gunaratna. Miss Ardi Shriyani Hemalata. Miss Gulma Karnaratna. Dr. M.W.S. Janakanti Kumari. Professor Anura Manatunga. Professor P.V. Mandavala. Dr. A.N. Nimal Vasanta Mendes. Brigadier Bandusiri Munasingha. Professor Ilananda Prematilaka. Mr. Dilan Chaduranga Ranavira. Dr. Kavan Ratnatunga. Miss K.W. Chitramala Tarangini. Miss Bindu Urugadavatta. Miss Deshika Vanghak. Australia, Professor T. Matthew Kyole. France, Dr. Osman Bopearachi.
SAARC के बाद give a history preference because he had come for our conference. He's based in Paris.
Singapore, Miss Teo Sri Lang. Miss Yuan Chen. Thailand, Miss Crystal Pierce.
Sanjay's getting all the inspiration.
United States of America, Dr. Chandray Basu. Miss Aisha Fuentes. Thank you.
Now is the time for the vote of thanks. But before I invite Dr. Sanjay Kar, the convener of the conference, for the vote of thanks, I have to thank him for all his work. This conference is the brainchild of Dr. Sanjay Kar.
Thank you, Director. This is the most difficult time to say goodbye. Before I propose a vote of thanks, and I really mean it, let me quickly comment upon a couple of points that were made by the participants. One by Dr. Ajit of inclusion of the other countries in this whole exercise. So for his information and also for information of all the fellow delegates, that just before this valedictory session we had a very fruitful and vocal and interactive plenary session, and precisely we were discussing on the identical line that this concept of Buddhist archaeology has to go beyond the SAARC region. China has to be included, Southeast Asia has to be included, various other parts. So the draft recommendation which has been agreed upon, let me share it with you, is to establish a separate agency or a council which would sustain all the initiative that has been generated by this conference, which would include the publication, holding of the biennial conferences, developing of the standards, collaborative projects, and so on and so forth. So my request to you, to all of you, would be that, in fact, there was a column in the feedback form on which the specific recommendations were invited. We took that into account, but maybe as an afterthought, if you can just send us an email, so that would help us a lot in formulating the scheme of our recommendation, as what was also referred to by the director. And the other point was there's something beyond the Buddhist archaeology. Like one very constructive suggestion was made that when we visit the national monuments or the sites of the World Heritage sites in the SAARC region, while we are subjected to differential ticketing, why can't we treat it? So this could be one of the recommendations, that one region, one ticket. The idea is to bring the people together and not to create more walls that they are already existing. So, thank you. The time to propose a vote of thanks. In fact, this concludes a series of activities which we had weaved around the main conference. In fact, we had been on our toes for, in all practical purposes, from 15th of this August, when we opened the screening of documentary films on the story of Buddhism by Binoy K. Behal. So there was a series of 12 documentary films which were screened in this very center in the auditorium. Every day we were screening 2 films, and that concluded on 20th of August, and 21st we opened twin exhibition called Lens and Brush. After the tea, we have arranged all of you to visit the gallery, where you would see one exhibition is a photographic exhibition which highlights and showcases some of the beautiful sites and artifacts connected with Buddhism in South Asia. And the other one is very interesting. It's called Lord Buddha Through Contemporary Eyes. It's an exhibition of paintings. It's specifically made for this exhibition. And when we say contemporary eyes, it's very contemporary. The youngest artist is 4-year-old. And the title of his painting is Birth of Buddha. So you will look forward to that painting exhibition. The main conference was, the idea came into my mind when I attended this European Association for South Asian Studies, South Asian Art and Archaeology in Vienna. And it was like who's who of South Asian experts and archaeologists and historians. From Afghanistan there were 10 delegates, from Pakistan, from India, starting from Kapila Vasayan to all the nameable figures and experts. So the question which came to my mind was that, well, how come I don't see these places either in New Delhi or in Dhaka or in Pakistan, in Islamabad, or why we have to discuss South Asia and come all the way to Europe to discuss it. So then we realized that it's like somebody doing research on rural India and registering in University of London. If you have to work on rural India, go to the rural India. So anyway, so then we realized that there's no one platform where the region as a whole could come together and participate. So the basic idea behind conceiving this conference was to provide a platform where experts and historians and archaeologists across the, irrespective of the political boundaries, can come together and talk in one language. And this, what a better connecting thread than Buddhism, which binds the entire region from Afghanistan to Maldives. So this was the idea behind the conference, and as we discussed in the preliminary session, that we don't want it to be the one-off conferences where you go read your paper, have some applauses, some questions, some comments, some heated arguments maybe. And if you're lucky enough, your paper gets published. More often than not, it's never published. So you have various versions of the paper and publish in some obscure journal. We are very much concerned about the applied side of the exercise that we have initiated here. And as I said in the beginning, that we would send this recommendation based on the feedback that you have given and what we have discussed in the preliminary session to all the member states to carry this dialogue further and develop it in future. So let me thank the various individuals and organizations which helped us in organizing this enormous activity, the series of activities, the 4 associated events, the conference, the post-conference tour, and so on and so forth. First of all, we thank the Ministries of National Heritage and Cultural Affairs, especially the Honorable Ministers who personally took interest in such an initiative, Honorable Minister Dr. Jagat Balasuriya, and also Honorable Minister Mr. T.V. Kanayake, and also the secretaries of the two, many of you have met the ministers and the secretary. We also thank various cultural institutions under the two ministries, especially the Department of Archaeology, and also the Central Cultural Fund, National Archives, National Museum, and a battery of other individuals and officials who helped us with this exercise. Especially, I would like to name Dr. Sarat Disanaike, who was very helpful and forthcoming in organizing these events. Sri Lankan Airlines, many of you have utilized their services. On our request, they especially offered 15% discount to the delegates to attend this conference. So we thank the Sri Lankan Airlines. Also the Bank of Ceylon, who was the principal sponsor for the painting exhibition, which was not part of the original scheme of things, but responding to the enthusiasm shown by the painters to be part of this Mahayagya, if I may call it. So thanks to the Bank of Ceylon. Light of Asia Foundation, which hosted a wonderful reception last night, and it was just an expression of goodwill and gesture and dedication to this theme of this conference. So thanks Mr. Naveen Gunaratne. Also the Vice Chancellor of the University of Jayawardhanapura for providing all the media coverage, and maybe many of you are not aware that whatever what you were speaking here on this platform was being viewed world over through webcasting. So it was a live streaming. It was in real time. People were watching you speak here in Colombo. So we thank University of Jayawardhanapura, and especially Dr. Prasad Jayavira and Manoj Upashanta for helping us in this regard. We thank our travel partner, Atkinson Travels. They have promised to provide us very comfortable coaches for tomorrow's journey. So, especially Dr. Prashant Parera, the General Manager. Also, the Sri Lankan tea board, when you open your return gift, there would be a small tea packet, which is the Sri Lankan gift, I would say. So you will remember Sri Lanka for a long time whenever you sip a cup of tea of Sri Lankan tea. We thank the embassies and high commissions of the SAARC member countries here in Sri Lanka for their support. Also, the SAARC division of the Ministry of External Affairs, the SAARC Secretariat in Kathmandu. A very special thank to India Sri Lanka Foundation, which supported the travel of many of the Indian participants to come to this conference. We also thank our media partners from the print and electronic media, Buddhist TV, the Rupavahani, Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, Heritage TV. In fact, in the morning when the session was on, I received a SMS, please watch TV. I said, I can't. So there was something which was being aired at that time. Heritage TV, Lakbima Group, who joined us in carrying our message and voice to far-off places. Also, a special thank goes to the battery of volunteers. Let us give them all our praise. They have done a wonderful job, and they came from the University of Jayawardhanapura, University of Kelaniya, from Department of Archaeology, and also from the Bandar Naik Institute of International Studies. Thanks all the volunteers. My team, which has already received accolades from the participants for their dedicated work and a smiling face. Without naming each one of them, it will only fatigue you. Every one of you know them by name by now. So all the colleagues from the SAARC Culture Center, thank you very much. Our intern coordinators, whom we got associated with, especially for this conference. I can name them, there are only three. Paushadi, who was in charge of the book exhibition and the poster exhibition. Shaza, who was in charge of the painting exhibition, the photographic exhibition. And Manisha, the logistics girl. Thank you very much. Finally, I would like to thank the director, the founder director of the SAARC Culture Center, Mr. G.L.W. Samar Singh, for his guidance and support. And the final word of thanks goes to you, who really make the difference by attending this conference and hearing and attending the various sessions. And whatever you have imbibed, we believe that it would be an enriching experience for all of you. And before we break for tea and then go to the galleries, this is a bond of friendship, bond of we extend this hand, and let us go from what stage to stage, from progress to progress. Thank you very much.